Motivated to succeed. You have the ability to make large amounts of money. You achieve whatever you set your mind to. You are focused. You attract money easily in every way. You are a money master. You feel good having money. You are prosperous in every way. You are successful. You are a millionaire. You attract all the money you desire. You attract people and situations that will help you. You choose to be wealthy. Your thoughts are positive. You receive money every day. You are wealthy. You are rich. You are powerful. You attract money. You deserve money. You are surrounded with money. You have multiple sources of income. You are abundant. You are highly driven and motivated to succeed. You have the ability to make large amounts of money. You achieve whatever you set your mind to. You are focused. You attract money easily in every way. You are a money master. You feel good having money. You are prosperous in every way. You are successful. You are a millionaire. You attract all the money you desire. You attract people and situations that will
I don't
help
mean
you.
anything.
You choose
It means
to be
that
wealthy.
you capture this
Your
data
thoughts are positive.
and you get back. I mean,
You
it's not
receive
like,
money every day. You are wealthy. You are rich. You are powerful. You attract money.
yeah, what's up, Cape
You
Trader?
deserve money. You are surrounded with money. You have multiple sources of income. You are abundant. You are highly driven and motivated to succeed. You have the ability to make.
Yeah, I've been listening to that one for a while now. I found it and I like it. So I listen to it when I listen to it when I'm at my desk not doing anything, just going over the data. Just to give me something to have something in the background to listen to, and I just listen to that. You know, affirmations are well, the science of affirmations, it's, or at least the way that I see it. I mean, there's a science to it, and the reason why you'll hear a lot of these spirituality gurus, you know, kind of talk about it. I mean, there is a reality into it. Your mind is an input output machine. It takes what you put in and then it outputs that. So when you listen to, so actually anything that you listen to, regardless of what it is, it will take it in, and then you'll see that reflected into your reality. It's a true thing. That's how the mind operates. Yeah. Well, it's not the money part that I like. I mean, honestly, that's just part of the affirmations. The part I like is the money part. I don't. Well, I mean, obviously, but it's the I can do anything I achieve and something else. I forgot what it says. I'm highly motivated. It just reminds me of myself without having to think about it. If that makes sense. So I don't have to think about it. Oh shit. I didn't put in yesterday's data. Well, I mean, shit, we can talk about it. Yesterday's NA meeting, shit. I mean, that's how I started off the session with the 3K, is because I shorted at the highs. Yesterday I was looking for a range between, what is it, 915 and 895, I believe. Yeah, so 915, 895. We was looking for a range, and I saw a reject off of the 15, so I got back in at the pullback around 895, and that's how I made the 3K. And then I basically lost the whole entire thing today. Kind of like what you said. You know what, K Trader? Oh shit! I took this in the in the sim. I mean, I can never really trade the ES because this right here is not going to get filled. I don't think any of my targets will get filled, but I need to start taking advantage of gold, man. Like I really need to just start focusing on gold. Well, actually, let me put in yesterday's data. Yeah, so we was looking for a range between 24,895 and then 24,915. That was the session high. And then I was looking for 24,975 and then 24,995. So I was looking for 24,735, 24,715, but obviously the market just blew through that. And 695, so 24,695, and then 24,675. Actually, that's not today's, man. That was yesterday. So we caught the top of this move, but the market just kind of ran through my short targets. So kind of sad about that, but anyway, so today I'm looking at the market to potentially react around 795 or 2495. 24,795 and then 24,815. And then if we see that, so 875 and 24,895. And for my bearish targets, I'm looking for the market to react around 24,575 and 24,555. And if we see the market blow through that, for 24,495 and 24,475. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking for tomorrow. Hey, yo, what's up, Investor Z? I mean, it's highly likely to do that. And congratulations. Gabe Trader says this is the 6th month being profitable. Congratulations on that. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. You know, one of the things about being human is that because we assume that we're doing it, we also assume that other people are doing it Or another way to say that, we assume if it's happening to me, then we assume that it's also happening to you. There's a lot of people that is not profitable in this market. They are not. And for those that are profitable, it can kind of seem surreal. It can kind of seem as if sometimes it doesn't feel right. And I'm trying to find the words to kind of explain or to make clear what I'm saying. Some people, and this is something that I went through earlier on, so I'm kind of speaking from experience. When I was entering into the realm of being a profitable trader, one of the things that was a barrier for me was, man, because it really stemmed from me not really believing that I was capable of doing it, because I wasn't a quote unquote professional trader, or I haven't had any training. And I'm pretty sure everybody has thought this to themselves, but well, I'm not a professional trader. If I'm profitable, then that means that professional traders that have been doing this for 20 million years, they have to be super profitable. And that's what my line of thinking. And then my algorithm would go and say, well, shit, I'm not a professional trader, so I shouldn't be this profitable. And I would second guess the entries. I would self-sabotage. I would blow accounts to fulfill that self-fulfilling prophecy that I was telling myself, that I didn't quote unquote deserve to be profitable because I'm not a trained professional. But over time, you know me, I don't like limiting thoughts. Limiting thoughts don't stay rooted in my mind tree for too long, because I have such a rebellious nature. If someone tells me I can't do something, I just say, well, shit, watch and see, take a picture, record it, because I will do it. I will overcome it. And I will say, if it wasn't for this mindset or this rebellious energy, I would hate to say it, but I probably would have been one of those people that holds themselves back because of limiting beliefs. And kind of going back to early in the stream, that's kind of what affirmations are for. We have a natural negative inner critic that just says the nastiest negative things to you. If this inner critic was a physical person, I'm pretty sure he would have, or this physical being entity would have been killed plenty of times, because this entity says the most outrageous things to you. Outrageous. And depending on your emotional state, these words can have a lot of weight and hold a lot of power over you. And if you're not mindful of these words and work to prove these words wrong, a lot of people fall victim to it. Sometimes I go into these trading forums and I see the internal voice get externalized through conversation every day. So, going back to the original point, Cave Trader, I can understand your excitement, man. I really can. Being 6 months profitable, that is definitely something to be proud of, for sure. Especially if at one point in time you didn't believe that it was possible for yourself. Especially if you didn't believe it was possible. Okay, well, he said it almost felt impossible. Well, okay. Yeah, you see, honestly, the one thing that I've learned is that us humans, man, no matter, and this is why, me personally, I've kind of transcended the idea of race and all that other stuff, because at the end of the day, What I found to be true is that no matter what color you are, gender, tradition, you're a robot, fish, whatever the hell, animal, we all think and do the same thing. We all have the same insecurities. We all have the same fears. We all have the same things that make us happy. We're all the same. There's really nothing that separates us except for the constructs of our mind. Whatever construct we create, that's what separates us. But if you remove those constructs, like a simple one is my tribe versus your tribe, my community versus your community. If we remove those constructs, we would all realize that we're all the same. We all think and do the same shit. Once we're on that lower level of life, we all think of survival. We all think of how I'm going to feed my family. How am I going to protect my wife and kids? How will I provide for them? Once we get over that milestone, the next thing is, okay, so now that my family and wife and kids are good, how do I elevate that? How do I begin to build an environment where they can thrive? And it just goes, and it just seems that we all have that same algorithm. So, and I'm using the term algorithm as a way of thought, the step-by-step thought process that we all go through. So, shit, when we're all traders, no matter what you are, we all want the same thing when we all go and trade. We are all the same. We are all the same. What's up, Alfred? Yeah. So I've thought about this. I'm still gonna try with the scalps. I'm gonna still try, but I don't know, man. I instead of scalping, I'll have to see. I'll have to see, because after I got off stream today, I took a nap, and I felt I was mentally exhausted. I woke up later than what I would usually wake up, and I just felt the mental strain from earlier today. And it just, honestly, today it just reminded me why I don't scalp in the first place. It's just mentally exhausting. I blew 3 accounts. Now, it wasn't any accounts that, I was particularly trading or anything. I mean, but the fact still remains is that I blew 3 of those accounts. So I don't think I'm going to scalp. Probably what I'll do, I don't know, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the strategy that we was trading. It's just that I just don't like the fact that we catch so much points, but with only 4 micro contracts. I want to be able to take advantage of the move by scaling into the position with more size, but I have to kind of figure out how can I safely do that. Another alternative that I was thinking about was just potentially having these 2 accounts trade both the Nasdaq and Gold. Like, keep the original position size for the Nasdaq, but also trade gold in this. So instead of just having one instrument, trade 2 in the same account, which probably would be the better option. Probably. That's probably what I should do. Is just trade Nasdaq and Gold in this account. I think that's probably the better option, maybe. We'll see. But when the market is kind of moving and I can get a good re-entry, like if it's trending, I can kind of enter at the 21 EMA or something like that, the 50 EMA, and get like a move like this. Like if I can get an EMA trade where it pulls back to the EMA, then I can potentially get in at the EMA, like a little tight stop, maybe a 3-point stop. Because what I want the market, what I'm looking for is the market to kind of bounce at the EMA and continue to go in the direction that I'm looking for, not necessarily turn it into a trade. So I'll kind of test that out. Maybe I should test that out in the sim before I actually put it into production, probably. I should probably do it in a test environment first, but it's highly likely that I won't do it. I guess as crazy as this sounds, because it's absolutely crazy to say, but I guess I like to test in production. I don't like to test in testing environments. I like to test in production. And learn through trial and error. Because we all know that nothing works in the practice accounts. Everything works in the practice account. But once you get into production, then everything wants to not work. So shit, we might as well just test it in production. Yeah, Joe, I blew. Well, like I said, these are just throwaway accounts. These are not accounts that we traded. I was just kind of gambling in these accounts today. Was over leveraging and over trading. And those accounts are now gone. But I have 7 more Apex accounts. So these are just Apex 300K accounts. Oh, did it? Yeah. You know, honestly, you didn't go to the gym today too? Well, I mean, yesterday was Gym Friday for me. So yesterday, my original gym schedule was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But shifting my gym schedule to the left, that has done so, like, it's a big difference. Starting my gym schedule Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it feels it's like a Thursday now, and then Tuesday is now my last day in the gym, and Wednesday, and then I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday just to relax, and then I restarted on Saturday. But when it comes to, if I'm foolish in the market and I try to use that as an excuse to not go to the gym, I go to the gym and work harder. Because my inner laziness likes to try to find excuses to not go in the gym and put in the damn work. Trying to find excuses like, oh my back hurts today. They can be like, no, shit, we're gonna run through the pain. We're gonna work through the pain. No, we're gonna, and then we can go to sleep afterwards. But Alfred, I think we can both agree. I think we came to the same conclusion. Scalping heavy size is very exhausting, and I'm not doing it. I mean, I really want to just take advantage of like moves like this. I mean, we can, but man, it's like the Nasdaq is just too choppy on the bear side to really take advantage of this. And to safely scale into 5, 10 mini contracts without it pulling back and stopping you out, man, there's a whole lot of luck. Whole lot of luck. Because you can get in at the right spot, but the market can sit there and just pull back for no damn reason. You avoid like honestly, Alfred, I've shared this with you guys before. Yeah, I was for trading the open for whatever reason was an addiction of mine. Oh, come on now. Oh my, oh man. Gold, come on. Come on, gold. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Like if I use this 76, damn, what stop me out? I guess you just have to be smart about it, really. Just be smart. Yeah, it would have missed me there. It would have missed me. I just would have to have I guess the most recent major swing. Yeah. Yeah, dude. And as a man, we don't like feeling that way, man. We don't like feeling that way. So I probably Oh snaps! Hold on. You lost all your accounts, Alfred? I thought you just only lost one. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Yeah, when Nas Diddy is going around and asking you if you like to party, you have to tell Nas Diddy no. Nas Diddy will sit there and tempt you and say, hey, throw on 50 million contracts. You know you want to. You know I'm about to moon, right? Throw on 50 million contracts real quick. You don't want to miss this rocket to the moon, right? Heard you like the party, but you gotta tell Nas Diddy no. You gotta tell him no. Ah, shit. Nas Diddy gonna say, you know, you gotta throw 50 contracts on the board, daddy. Yo, that's fucking hilarious, dude. That is hilarious. Yo, if another man calls me daddy, dude, that's the end of the conversation. I mean, if he sat there and called you that, and then you continue the conversation, I feel like that's basically in his mind is like, oh, okay, so he's with it. Like, dude, that's the end of the damn conversation. You ain't talking to me like that. There's only a few people in this world that can call me daddy, and that means they share some of my DNA. And yeah. Trade that. Yo, Meek Mill was pretty. He's been silent since that audio and that video combination came out. See, that video don't make sense until the audio you pair with the audio. After that shit dropped, I haven't heard anything from Meek Mill. Honestly, if I was in his position, I wouldn't want to talk neither. That is some crazy shit to get exposed. That is crazy. That is absolute craziness. Couldn't have been me. Like, dude, there ain't nothing in this world that's worth that. There's nothing in this world that's worth that. Dude, you got your whole life to live. You don't need to have your dreams come through true now. Shit. You can dedicate your entire life for you to make your dream comes true. Doing it the right way. Networking, connecting with the right people. You can make your dream work. But trying to take the shortcut, dude, it's not even worth it, man. That shit is not worth it. And then especially now that we got the world is so decentralized now. You could have a production team. You can have everything that these quote unquote mainstream celebrities have without having to sell your soul. I mean, you may not get that worldwide recognition, but why do you need everybody to know you? Like, just a small group of people that really rocks with you. What more can you really ask for? I mean, if you just have like one person that can recognize that you can help them out and help them get them to where they want to be. I mean, honestly, that's all that matters. At least that's how I see it. But it ain't worth none of that. It's not worth it. You see all these conspiracy theory videos and what these artists have to go through. It's like, dude, how do you get in that deep? How do you get in that deep? Like, at what point do you say no? Like, you know what? You know, I this is not what I thought it was. I'm good. But I mean, like I said, it couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. Yeah. Shit, honestly, like, I mean, I guess because I'm always seeking out knowledge, I came across this information and it just stuck with me. I don't know if this is true now, but this financial advisor said that, you know, a lot of people don't realize, but after $75,000, your money will just sit and do nothing. That's why people invest and play with money, because you can do everything on a $75,000 salary or $75,000. Like anything past that is really, you're playing with the money now, or it's just going to sit. But yeah, dude, Rug Kit, yeah, there's an audio. There's a video, and then there's an audio that got leaked. Diddy was like, you know what kind of dude I am? Meek Mill was crying in the background, getting torn up. That shit was crazy, man. And then you pair that video with the pool video, you can see that he wore his backside out. Crazy. But Joy, so my funded futures at one point in time was my trading home. It was the only prop firm that I would trade. And the reason that I would trade my funded futures, and if I can just pull them up, they don't no longer have the account anymore. So I don't trade with them anymore because honestly, I really don't see a point. Actually, let me sign in real quick. Give me a second. We can go over their plans. They kind of downgraded, in my opinion, the plans. All right, so like in my opinion, they kind of downgraded the plans. And I would only purchase, so at the time, this was the starter account, and then they did away with the starter account, and now they have the core account. So they have a 5-to-1 micro scaling. I don't like that. So that's the one thing I don't like about the new accounts. I still have the starter plus account. And after I stop trading with that, or I'm not going to blow that account. After that account goes live, that'll probably be the last account that I trade with my funded futures. Because it was the easiest path to pay out. The easiest. They gave you $2,500 of drawdown in a 50K account. They started you off with 10 micros in the funded, but now it seems like they starting you off with half of that. Like they took away half of your buying power, which forces you to stay in the market longer to make the money that you need. And they reduced the payout from 1,200 to 1,000. And they have, I think it's a 90 split. So after you make $10,000 with them, everything's 100%. And then once you get that 10,000 mark, is a 90-10 split. So with you making a $1,000, and then depending on if you're at that 90-10 split mark, you can make like $900 or $800 or something like that, depending on how much you request. Obviously they've done this, so I guess because they're allowing you to copy trade. I guess you can always copy trade. Let me kind of be clear about that. But it seems that all the prop firms now are engineering their accounts for copy trading. Before it wasn't promoted, but for whatever reason, it seems like now a lot of these prop firms are pushing traders to trade more often with more accounts at the same time. Now, there are going to be some good traders that copy trade and they're going to take out big payouts. That's kind of why I believe they reduced the amount of money. They got pay caps now. You can only take, like, as an example, if you have a 50K, you can only take out 1,000. If you have a 100K, you can take out 15, 150, you can take out 2. as an example. So in my opinion, because my funded future made these changes, I no longer trade with them. Because I feel that those changes goes against what I want to do. Because I mean, this whole, it's like this right here is what I don't like. The scaling, the micro scaling, and then you're gonna have to earn. You have to earn more contracts, but then they'll give you a full mini. So and like it's like they're encouraging you to trade on the mini side, or you have to start out with 5 micros. And it's like, you know what? I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to deal with the scaling plan bull crap with the contracts. I just want to get in and get out every day and trade. That's all I want to do. I don't care for none of this bullshit. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that kind of gives you an idea. The firm that I trade with now is I really like the Tradeify straight to funded account when it's on a discount. It's $720 originally, but they're usually always running a discount. Whenever they run a 45 to 40% discount on all accounts, I'll pick another one up just cause. I really like the fact that it has $6,000 of drawdown. I can take $3,000 in payout after I reach the $9,000 profit goal. And I also like that I'm not being forced to scale my contracts. But that's the only account with Tradeify that I would buy. If Tradeify didn't have that account, I wouldn't buy it. Because I don't like the fact that the growth accounts, I'm doing all that work and I can only take $1,500 out on the first payout. I don't like that. And I don't want to copy trade, so. I don't want to copy trade accounts that are more than $100. I would prefer to, I mean, if the accounts are like $50 or something like that, $70, whatever, okay, that's fine. I'll copy trade those accounts, but I'm not going to copy trade accounts that are over 100, like almost $150 to $200. I'm not going to do that. To me, that's just wasting money, because I might have a bad day and then all 3 of those accounts are just gone. I wouldn't do that. So, yeah, I just really hate the fact that my funded futures did that. I really do. I really do. I really hate that they changed the starter account, because that was my favorite account. That was the only account that I would trade with my funded futures. And now that that's no longer available, Jeff, I've only, so I don't so I guess I have to kind of explain why I say this. I don't prop firm hop, and I don't trade prop firms that is not an organization like my funded futures, Tradeify, Top Step, a branded prop firm. I'm not going to trade a prop firm that's just a bunch of guys that threw up an LLC. Now, Tradeify, Top Step, my funded futures, they also have an LLC, but they're an organization. When these prop shops come up, kind of like fast track trading, and they're just a bunch of guys that got together and said, hey, let's get into the prop game because we can kind of get in and get out, kind of like what Fast Track Trader did. And one of the things that we actually talked about before it actually happened, we don't know if Top Step allegedly got quote unquote hacked, is that these prop firms, if they're not storing your data safely, Think about the data that you're giving these firms. You're just giving this to a bunch of guys. You're giving them your social security. You're giving them your housing information. You're giving them your employer details. You're giving them a photo ID, your driver's license back and forth. You're giving these prop firms a lot of your personal information, enough information so somebody else can pretend to be you. So my rule of thumb and what I would always recommend is just to keep your footprint small. And we already saw that fast track traders supposedly had a data breach and where they were quote unquote hacked. You got to think, well, were they hacked or did they sell your data? And the data that was hacked, your credit card information, your personal identifiable information, what was hacked exactly, you know? So I try to keep it I try to just keep it with my funded futures, Top Step, Tradeify, and that's it. I try not to venture out into third-party prop firms and Apex. Okay, hopefully that helps. Yeah, so everybody that got caught in that hack, kind of like with that T app, it's the same thing. A lot of those females gave their information to a bunch of guys that they didn't know. It was just a bunch of guys that threw up an LLC. They made obviously they probably used Chat GPT to build a website, because the hackers that got into that, they literally had all of their personal identifiable information, IDs, driver's license. I mean, and then they plastered all of that information online on the public web. I'm pretty sure a lot of that ended up on the dark web as well. Credit card information, if the T app actually takes in credit cards. Yeah. Well, shit. I mean, let's look at it. If we can find it. You said that the prop firm is called, like I said, I personally would not do it. Day traders, prop firms, because depending on the firm, if they become insolvent, well, we already know the rundown. So is this it right here? Day traders right here. Trade is also another good one too that a lot of people like. So is this it? Day traders. Oh yeah, these are the guys that Apex was trying to sue, right? Saying because this guy was once a part of Apex and it was his algorithm or program that they were using and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I remember this. I think when they first came out, they were offering like a 80 or a 90% deal or some shit like that. I almost took it up. And then I went to their Discord and then I just said no. I said it's not even worth it. I'm not saying anything's wrong with this site. I'm not saying that. Or just I just want my footprint online. I don't want my personal identifiable information all over the damn place. So I'll just stick with what's been working. But I do recall these guys. I remember when they first came out. So this is a static account. $40 one-time fee. 3 contracts. You got $1,000 and then $130. I was like, when does the other shoe drop? So it's $130 activation fee, which is not bad. That's a $170 round trip, which is probably cheaper than most, especially for that amount of drawdown. Or for this, because this would be basically a $1,000 account, a straight to funded account. So the fee is included. This is similar to Tradeify's account. Actually, this is actually the same thing. So Tradeify has this same size right here. So it looks like day traders and Tradeify have the same idea of how they want to do because they're straight to funded. It's the same price. Usually with the discounts, that's exactly so. It has the $370 loss limit, $6,000 of max drawdown, but they have also a 25K too, 50K. So yeah, so it's basically the same. So 50K is $342. Yeah, so it's about the same. 12. Yeah. And when you say full, are you talking about even the quote unquote specialized orders? Like the like iceberg orders and stuff like that. I don't know why any prop firm trader would need that, but you're able to use that as well. And I definitely agree with that, cave trader. I'll look at this firm again. If everybody's giving this firm a thumbs up, I'll look into it. Because I'll look into it. No profit splits, automatic payout approvals, fast and seamless payouts, new Project X platform. So no profit splits, huh? Well, we all know that I'm not going to do no trailing account. So a $30 static account. So 160 was for 75. So you're paying $30 for $750. 160 for $750. So this is basically what my funded futures starter account was. And this is why And instead of charging $342 for it, they were charging originally $80 for it. That's why I loved that account. I really enjoyed trading in that account with my funded futures. This is exactly the account for 80 bucks. And it was basically a steal because as long as you followed their rules, all you had to make was $450 per day, which is easily done. And you got a payout at the end of the week. But I guess that's probably why they did away with it, because a lot more people were getting paid. I mean, it was cap payouts. I mean, you can only get $6,000 from that account. It's not like people were making $10 million from that account. Well, I guess there's no point in talking about it now. My funded futures did away with it, so unless they bring it back. Are you talking about the day traders? Yeah, I only like the straight to funded accounts with Tradeify, and it looks like Tradeify and day traders have the same straight to funded accounts. They're about the same price. Actually, they are the same price. I wonder if they have a payout cap. Actually, let's look at that, because I'm saying these things, but they could have a payout cap, and I don't like that. See, I don't like this. These are just a bunch of guys. I don't like it. I think this is originally why I passed the first time. I understand that every organization is just a bunch of guys. I get it, but it's just a bunch of guys that got together and said, yeah, let's just create a prop firm. And those are the firms that I just say, yeah, no, I'm good. All right. All right, so straight to funded accounts. Let's look at this. So you may have 5 active pro accounts at any given time. This can include a combination of 3 straight to funded accounts and up to 2 regular pro accounts. In addition to pro accounts, you see, it looks like they're Tinder profiles. Yeah. Oh, hell nah. Hell nah, dude. Hold on. Am I reading this right? So yeah, so no, okay, so 20%. All right, that's pretty standard for straight to funded accounts. That's standard across the board. Minimum trading days, so you need at least 10 days to qualify in the straight to funded account. So all accounts must be traded at least once every 30 days to remain active. Okay, I mean, that's fair. If no trades are placed within a 30-day window, the account may be marked inactive and closed. This applies to all. Okay, I mean, that's fair. So each trading day must meet a minimum simulated profit to count towards a requiring trading day. Yikes. So for the 150, you have to make at least 300. So damn, damn, for real? So you have to not only, so one trading day, you have to make at least $300. So, all right, so yeah, that's pretty standard. Minimum balance after withdrawal. So minimum balance for withdrawal. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so straight to funded account. Oh, hell no, dude. All right, so that's how they differ. So Tradeify right now has a better offer for their straight to funded 50Ks because you have to make you can make a 9,000, you don't have to make 10,000, and you can trade for 7 days and get a payout versus 10. So Tradeify has the upper hand so far. Profit target is 5,000 for the next payout, and then profit target is 3,500. And each time you're requesting a $3,000 payout. That's the same thing for Tradeify as well. So payout. So your starting balance is 50K. Payout 1, earn 35 in profit before starting balance. Then request a $2,000 payout. Then your new balance becomes that. From this new balance, you must earn an additional $3,000. And then you request a 2,000 and then your new balance. Okay. And then from the current balance, you must generate 25 profits for each payout. Okay. Stay disciplined, trade smart, follow the rules to secure your payout and elevate your trading journey. Okay. If they do a deal, if they do like a deal, a discount, I guess why not? Well, more accounts. Yeah, really? So Texas said that on the first, his buddy confirmed it's prop firms he trades with, and tells him his cousin Dubai builds prop firms and scams people or sells them. Yeah, a lot of these prop firms are quick Ponzi schemes because they know that there's a lot of money in these. You get a lot of people to initially buy accounts. You pay the first ones to keep people to buy, and then when the money runs out, everybody else is left holding the bag. And it's that is heartbreaking as a trader, especially if you're depending on this money, especially. Ah, man. So I guess the trade and the Project X is more expensive. Seriously? Why? Why is it more expensive? Why? Damn, Texas. Project X tax. Yeah, dude. That's why I always say, and I will always advocate, make sure that you do your due diligence on the prop firms that you're sharing your sensitive PII with. If push come to shove, your data is very valuable. There's a reason why social media platforms allow you to log in for free. We all know if it's free, then you are the product. Your data is valuable. Your data will be sold if legally or illegally. I don't think no piece of paper will stop somebody if they already have bad intentions. It's like a scammer's like, you know, even though I didn't get permission to sell my customers' data, I'm gonna do it anyway. And you know, we already know that we live in a world where no one takes accountability. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that, Texas. We have a lot more kings and queens now than the world is used to. Before, the majority of the masses were compliant. They went to work, they paid their taxes, they built society, and they trusted their government. Now, we have a society of people that are just all over the place. No one trusts the government. Everybody's trying to find ways not to pay taxes. The birth rates have declined drastically. And now people question every political event that happens that involves, or let me rephrase that word. I can just think about something better because I don't want to use a certain terminology though. Events where terrorist acts happen, foreign and domestic. I'll just leave it at that. People question these things now because I mean we have a better understanding of human nature, of human psychology. This information that was only reserved for those of higher education and governments is now available on TikTok. People now understand body language, psychological cues, wording. That's now common information. So when someone does something outright, we all just can feel that, you know, that's people just don't do things. We all know that every disaster, terrorist act is motivated by something. And it's a lot of motivation. And it's usually a group of people and not just one person. We just know that a lot of stuff that happens in this reality is scripted bullshit. And when the masses is no longer paying attention to the movie, well, keeping them distracted by the movie, you got to kind of find a way how to get the masses back. Especially if you want to remain a ruling class, a quote unquote elite. But Yeah, I mean, that is true. It's you fix the problems that you create to appear as if you're doing a good job. But honestly, man, people are comfortable. Nobody really has time to be doing terroristic acts like that. So when you live in a peaceful society and you want to make the masses feel that they need your continued quote unquote overwatch and protection, you have to kind of script certain things to happen to have that seed implanted in the masses mind. But unfortunately, because of we live in the age of education and information, you can't get away with these movies like you used to without people questioning it. People are now going back and seeing fallacies in old movies and seeing it for what it was. We've had a lot of classified documents being unclassified of the government using these movies to convince Congress to go to war with other countries. These unclassified documents at least show that the government is capable of it. Now, if you want to put your head in the sand and say, oh yeah, that was only 20 years ago, there's no way they're doing it today. Okay, well, that's if it makes a person feels better to believe that, then shit, I say let them believe it. But for those that understand that if you've done it once, it's highly likely that you'll do it again. You just stop paying attention to bullshit. I guess I'll just leave it at that. Because you fooled me once, shame on you. But a fooled me can't get fooled again. I'm pretty sure someone famous said that. I think his name was George W. Bush. A fooled me can't get fooled again. Yeah. Well, you know, so as I look back at, basically the Bears did the same thing twice. We had 2 days where the Bulls tried to aggressively buy the orb low. They aggressively tried to buy the orb low. Of course. And in both instances, they bought until they couldn't buy anymore, exhausted themselves, and had a flash crash. We had price come right back up to the area at 15. And the Bulls did the same thing again. They tried to buy the orb low, until they just couldn't do it anymore, exhausted themselves, and we had this big move down. Looking at it from a higher time frame perspective, we basically have a big 2-legged pullback. So that's your first leg and your second leg into an area of support. So I do expect for at least the market to retest 915 and potentially trade back up into this range somewhere right here at this trend line that is still in play. So we could see the market trade up into that trend line. Y'all guys probably can't even see that. There you go. And I think this is actually another good example of trading the trend line correctly with the Nasdaq. You don't ever short the first break of the trend line. You always short the retest of that trend line, and that's where the money is. That's where the money is. The money is usually the pullback trade, not the initial. But this was a two-legged pullback into support. And now we're seeing the market making its way back up. So we could potentially see another rejection back down, but I think we go back up and test that trend line again. I think that's what we do, because that's a deep pullback right there. So I don't think the bears got it in them to have 3 legs down, because if we get 3 legs down, shit, means the bears definitely got it. And who was the vice president? Was it Dick Cheney or somebody that was the vice president with George W. Bush? A lot of people say that that obviously George W. Bush was president because his father, obviously. But it was the vice president that was really doing all of the work. So was it Dick Cheney? That was all right, so it was Dick Cheney. Okay, yeah. So they were saying that it was Dick Cheney that was doing everything behind the scenes. And he was president obviously for obvious reasons, because his father was. But so at 8:49, yeah, man, you gotta be a little bit better than that. 823, 785. Isn't that interesting? $905, $953. Isn't that interesting? It is so interesting just how this data, day in and day out, just tells the same story. It just tells the same story. All right, so at 8:49, low. Initial break happened at 8:49, low. Successful breakout happened at 9:53, low. It was low. Initial reaction, it was a 38 point, or it was a dirty break and retest. Result was 38 points to the low. Full move was, as I said, 195. And it's staying within that 20 to 40 point range for that initial breakout before pulling back, and then the real move happening after the pullback. All right, everybody, have a good night. Have a good night. But I'll actually okay. But all right, everybody, that's it for me. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.